What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is Skady. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Player. The map is Alfheim. It's Alfheim. We haven't seen this map yet in this series. It's currently 3-3 in this best of 9. Essentially, we've got a best of 3 remaining here. Very, very exciting. Skady going in with what seems to be, he had Zeus, he had Poseidon, he had Uranus. He's the 4th god this series here, going with the Odin. Odin against Hades is one of those, probably one of Odin's more challenging matchups. Simply because in a lot of the matchups for Odin, you can reliably win the game with Ragnarok if you get there and not be that far behind. But if you try and Ragnarok victory your way in against the Hades, man, you are in for a tough game to win that way. Yeah. Unless you are significantly far ahead when you click the Ragnarok button. Chances are the Hades player is going to be able to defend against it, and you are going to lose. So, some options for Odin in this matchup. There are some very strong heroic age timing pushes with a butt ton of Huskal, throwing axemen, raiding cavalry, frost giants. So the sort of style you want to go for is, or even some Ulfsark as well, depending on what your opponent's making. But the style generally is you make 10 to 15 raiding cavalry in the classical age. You advance, make throwing axemen out to build your hill forts, and then you basically have your Huskal come out, and then you should be able to win against any Hades army, basically. At that stage, you have Frost to counter the restoration as well. And then you go for a gold staff or 4 town centers, or you go for a timing push with Fimbulwinter behind that. So kind of a bunch of stuff which you don't see very often because it's tough to pull off, and you have to have really strong macro, really strong strategic awareness. Plus, on the plus a lot of Norse players, they're just so used to just clicking Balder that when they try to click tier, their mouse just teleports onto Balder somehow. I just can't explain it. I just don't understand. But yes. Good. Player, on the other hand, playing Hades. There is a couple of options. You can go for an early 2-town center against Odin. It's fine. It's probably one of the only civilizations where I would sort of recommend that. Even like Egyptians probably wouldn't recommend a fast town center against Norse gods. Maybe on some maps like Watering Hole, but on a map like this, if you're Egyptian, I'd probably recommend going for some sort of Anubis classical fight, or even a dark classical fight, utilizing shifting sands and being very aggressive before grabbing the town centers. Because punishing the early game of a Norse is very important and helpful. Other options here for TSN player would probably be like you go for Hoplite Toxote Athena push onto this gold mine here. And you're not Hades, but you don't have to kill anything. You just push in and do what you can. Or just play defensive. You're totally fine. We'll see what he does. It's like a semi-fast heroic as well. Get out the Achilles in order to deal with the frost giants. We'll see. We will see. A little bit of a late advance time here for player, but it is Alfheim. A little bit more difficult to get your advances quick on Alfheim because the hunt's always so far away. Whereas I'm sure Skady already advancing. Oh, he's a little bit late as well, 10% here. So that means he's up at 454? 454? I guess. That's my guess. Yeah. How funny is it that these buildings things are the precursor to Gaia Lush? Because you put the building down, and then after a little bit, it spawns out the roads. So they use the same code, I think, to spawn out the Gaia Lush a little bit further. Could be wrong. I don't know. This guy throwing up his walls. But he's got 7 villages on wood here, which almost indicates to me that he's going to stay 1 town center. But sometimes sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it's a 3-town center. Oh, sorry, 2-town center, but only 3 villages on gold. Almost indicates to me that it's probably going to be a classical fight here for TSM player. Freya coming through for Skady. We just see the Catoscopus coming in here. The Valkyrie going to be looking, and 50 wood worth of damage here for this forest fire. Big value. Gigantic value from Skady. Woof. Woof. It's getting hot in here from all the value. I mean, there's a forest fire going on, but Valkyrie coming in, going to get greeted by the Chiron. I mean, it's not like there's forests literally everywhere on this map, and you're probably going to be able to get some value there against some units later in the game, but I'm grumpy. Here's the raiding cavalry. Just 2 longhouses here for Skady so far. I'll see if he gets the 3rd one, but generally speaking, 2 longhouses indicates the semi-fast heroic, which I do think is probably the best bet for Odin here. Skady trying to be cheeky here with his Skrelling walling in these villages, but doesn't quite get it up as the Minotaur chases this back. Nice ghost building by player. As this Skrelling is probably not going to get away from the town center here, especially not a Hades town center. The bonus damage. Archery range coming up for player, so he is going for military academy archery range. No crazy surprises there. But we'll see what he does behind it. The gold situation for Skady is a little bit dire here. All these gold mines forward. This is the best one for him, and I think player could probably get some walls here and prevent these gold mines from getting grabbed very easily here. We just see the car poking his nose in, checking out what's going on. Still no medium cavalry for Skady, which when I raid with these, I prefer the medium cavalry first before I raid because it just helps the survivability. And with Odin, the HP regeneration means that's really important. You don't want to lose any raiding cavalry with Odin because every single one is potential full HP one a little bit later. Especially, what's this, 2 HP regen? It never shows that to me. Yeah, this one will show me. 0.8 HP a second when idle, so almost 1 second, 1 HP a second, which comes out to be quite a bit, especially with a Valkyrie that heal up as well. But more raiding cavalry coming in, more units getting produced by Skady. He's actually going for a 3rd longhouse here. Obviously, he saw the 1 town center Hades and decided three longhouses is the way to go. But honestly, if you see 1 town center Hades, you should be even more happy because you can easily get to the heroic age and win comfortably. But Skady not going for it. He's looking for some pickoffs here. There are some straggler units you could potentially snipe. I like the idea of splitting up the raiding cavalry, hitting this location here and then hitting this location where the straggler units are coming out. Seeing if you can get some Toxotes pickoffs. There's players grabbing his boots of kick everything. His what does this Chiron go up to? Well, he gets a 4.73 on the there he is. 6.05 Chiron. He's basically got a centaur. He has a Sylvan Law centaur here. Ready to raid. How does Odin stop this? Chiron comes in, sees the villagers on this location here. It does look like there's a shortage of food. And this is important to note because if Skady doesn't get to the heroic age off of the food he has, if he has to farm, he's not getting to the heroic age. So he's got a budget for that. I would like to see him stop producing military, which he has done. I like that he's taken the villagers off wood here to go onto the berries. And then just attempt to get to the heroic age. It's going to go very well for him. Skady on the other hand, he's still, player on the other hand, still producing his military, doing all the good things. Raiding cavalry going to be retreating back, away from the Toxotes and the hoplites and the big bowl of units. Oh, stray Toxotes here. Skady will take that one down. Dead Toxody if I've ever seen one. Use box. Box formation here. Please? No? No box formation? I'm going to start saying box formation in every single one of my videos now. Until everyone starts using it. It's OP. It's OP to chase units down. We just see the army making its way over here. I'm sure that Skady will be advancing now. He's got almost just out of gold here. You should sneak this gold mine down the bottom for the moment. But, I mean, kind of. I think he could possibly just move those dwarves over onto wood for a little bit. Save his resources, frost, hill fort or two. Get the units onto this while the frost is going on. Get the second hill fort up, you're okay. We do see a random Toxody going to be checking out these gold mines again. Meanwhile, the army taking down a longhouse here. This happens quite a bit in these stages of the game where your army's actually out of position here because he has to run all the way around here to get down to the bottom of the map. So this is probably going to be enough time for Skady to get his hill fort up over here. He's continuously building these units. We see more houses going down for Skady. And the Toxody doesn't get spotted until too late. So he will be. So player will know about this. Is player advancing to the next stage? He's not. He's throwing up his armory. It's looking very much like a Nilla game here. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Nilla games. This is the Toxody does go down. Nice snipe, but it gets replaced with a Hades Shade. Where's the army? Got to throw down this hill fort instantly. He doesn't quite have the resources. Now he does. There's the hill fort. Utilizing the forest here. I probably would have chucked it behind here to utilize the forest a little bit better. Toxody's going after these raiding cavalry here with the hoplites as well. The raiding cavalry just going to be making their way back here, sitting underneath the hill fort. More walls coming up. We do see ravens coming down for Skady. He's getting this Huskell. I love it. I love it. He might need to frost this army though to win this fight because his army is looking a little bit lackluster. He does have one frost giant, but he needs more. Meanwhile, the raiding cavalry coming around the back. You don't need to fight this. Sit here and wait. Wait it out. Try and get heavy infantry here. Or at least medium infantry. He's got it coming through. And go for raids. Hit these houses. Distract this army as long as you can. You see the raiders coming back in. Skady's getting a little bit antsy here. He does not need to fight this too much. Moving forward. Let's stay underneath the hill fort. He is fighting. This is good now. The raiders coming in will hit these Toxodes. Nice micro from TSM player to get his hoplites back in here. The frost comes in on the back here. Every single one of these units does get picked off. Curse coming in. We've got 10 villagers on wood right now for Skady. He needs more villagers on wood. He's basically just going to be making... He basically should just be making throwing axemen Huskell at this point. And player needs to start making out a pass pist. And he's not doing so. He's still making the hoplite. So this army should be fine here for Skady to just win this. We do see that the Nemean Lions here. The Herser for Skady taking it down, but does get sniped before the Frost Giant gets onto it. Frost Giants will be able to snipe that one probably before the Frost is finished. Oh, deciding not to do so. May still go down though. More of these Huskells coming out, but for some reason Skady not... Well, he's got a lot of income right now. He's got a good amount of this player. For some reason, player with these villagers not on wood, it's a big problem. Restoration coming down though. Skady's struggling to produce because he's only producing from 3 buildings. Is he making Frost Giants? He is. He doesn't quite have the gold here. And it's looking like Skady bringing some villagers into the fray, but these Huskell are able to take down all these Toxodes so well with the crazy amounts of pierce armor. 50% pierce armor. Another Nemean Lion coming in here. It's not the best idea to build Nemean Lions against Frost Giants, but he's doing so for the moment. And the big problem that it looks like Skady's running into is his economy is just completely shot for some reason. Probably because he's trying to gather food here. He doesn't need food. He just needs wood. Just need wood. It's check the armory upgrades here. We got bronze mail. Really smart upgrade there for player. Able to help him here. Pushing in. I like that that Skady is distracting the army a little bit while the hill fort's getting a lot of damage down. We don't see a second town center just yet for player, but player is just going completely for the jugular right now. And Skady, in this moment, decides to tap out. GG, well played by player. I thought Skady had this game when he got to the heroic age, when he got the hill fort down, when he got the frost here. But for some reason, Skady was just not able to win this fight. When the restoration came there, he probably should have retreated a little bit. Let's check the post game out. Is this going to tell the story? No, it's pretty close. I mean, Skady lost 51 units here somehow, but this is the problem here. The military count, 58 to 71. No reason for that at all. The resources are fairly close, and it's not like Norse units are more expensive than or sort of the Huskell are a little bit more expensive, but it's not like they're more expensive than the Greek units at all. Like Toxotes and Throwing Axemen are comparable. Hoplites and Medium Raiders are comparable. I think this was just all about the heroic edge macro just not working. That actually picking off that longhouse probably made a little bit of a difference here. And that was the game. GG, well played. He got copper mail, not bronze mail. Can't see things. Too dumb. Anyways, well played. Player, 4 wins. 1 win away from taking this series. If you're enjoying this series, if you're enjoying these games, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you guys in the next game.